Hello, my beautiful African people. Welcome back to Hail and Ride Africa YouTube channel. It is now official that the US is meddling in African politics and governments, and especially this Biden administration, because we see it in their actions. They try to control our people, and sometimes they think that we are still living in 90s where they can bring propaganda and the people will buy into it. Because now what they always say is that, they banned this government official from this country. Last time they banned government officials from Uganda. And we know why they banned them. They said because they supported the bill about LGBTQ, in law in that country. And recently they said they banned some government official as well in Zimbabwe. They call it corruption. That these government officials are corrupt. And recently again they banned some government officials in Malawi. And they say it's because those government officials are corrupt. But you see that this Biden administration is only doing it to the African continent. And this is meddling in our own African affairs. And we see before they used to be, subtle about this, but now it's open. And they think that when they say these people are corrupt, people is gonna take it like, other. We know there is corruption in Africa. They shouldn't remind us. And there is corruption in America as well. There's no way you cannot find corruption. So, using corruption as a disguise to, influence some government policies, we are not gonna. Time has passed when we're gonna take this as an excuse. Because we know that, you guys are not out to fight corruption in Africa. Because if you guys would have fight corruption in Africa, you shouldn't start this in a Biden administration. You should have been fighting it for a long time, Because we know that African politicians, some of them are corrupt. And we know that they are corrupt money or wealth, they bring it to the West, where there are people over there suffers, and the suffering is great suffering. It's not like it's not something you can't compare it to any other part of the world. The suffering where because of corruption in Africa, people are suffering. But now, American, Biden administration is about they're fighting corruption in Africa, but they're not. What they're doing is that they're meddling in African politics, and this has to stop at some point because, Africa they're waking up now. Because if America keep doing this, they're gonna lose some countries in Africa. They already started losing in Niger and the other part of Africa that have a military junta in place now. They have lost a lot of ground in those countries, and they will keep losing a lot of ground now with this kind of treatment they are treating our people by saying they are fighting corruption. That's not the way to fight corruption. Is to ban these people. Will ban you. You don't want it to come to America. And if they cannot come to America, and maybe they already have like a business in America or houses there, what's going to happen to the wealth from Africa they have taken to America? It's going to disappear, or the government is going to seize all their wealth they have taken to America. Now you are banning them from coming. And the stuff we need to tell our corrupt politicians is that, why are you taking your money or your wealth away from your people and bringing it to the Western world that's already rich enough. Because even if that corrupt money, you are using it, you are spending it over there in Africa, it's not going to be too bad. It's not like I'm in support of embezzlement or corruption in Africa, but I'm saying like if this corrupt money has stayed in Africa, it wouldn't be too bad. But the problem is that you take this money, this corrupt money, you transfer it to the West, and the West will in turn treat you like a shit as well. So now you look like a coward. That's what you're gonna look like, because now maybe those politicians that are banning from here and there, they have some properties in America. You have this property, you cannot even go there anymore. It's time to wise up and know that taking your wealth away from Africa and putting it in these people's hand is not gonna be. They're not gonna treat you as you would like them to treat you. Because these people are chameleon. They change like weather. So that's why it's not reliable to bring your wealth in overseas. Keep your wealth with your people, so that your people will remember you. But this video is not about the corrupt politicians we have in Africa. The video is about the American should stop meddling in Africa, and if they think that they can tag anything to our people and say this is why they are meddling in Africa, this is what they are doing, and we're gonna take it. Like the time has passed. We have, it can be this propaganda you guys always put out. It cannot be working all the time. It works for some time, but no more. That's why any stuff happening in the world, Africa, we sit back and look at it, in a different angle. Because when you are dealing with the world, there's different angles to look at things. You can't just look at stuff what they present to you. Because if you look at it that way, they're gonna deceive you. That's why, if they're presenting to us that these politicians are corrupt, we are not taking it. We already know that they are corrupt in the first place. But we know that this is not about corruption. It's about meddling in African affairs, which have to stop. And the one problem I have with the Biden administration is that he disrespects Africans a lot. Trump, when Trump was there, he was just a blackout. He doesn't talk about Africa, which is understandable. But the Biden administration have not been good for Africa. The same thing Obama administration. Not that I'm in support of a Republican or Democrat. I don't care about these people. I don't support any of them. But what I don't like to see is, meddling in African politics is never a good stuff. And Africa have to wake up and make sure that once they put out this kind of propaganda, they will come out with something, expose what they are doing. Because if you don't start exposing them, they will keep doing it. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our video, and comment. I'm your bratan, the Muda, your brother, as the Russians calls me. See you in our next video, and peace.